Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah. Inappropriate to start the episode with you on your cell phone, but it's fine. Young world. We're back. We're back after a week. We're back. I'm Carlos.
And I'm sober Ryan.
For now. And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Welcome to another week, another edition, another episode. Ryan, do you care to explain yourself as to why
I think
we're
I
off
thought the
last
post
week?
was enough.
No. It doesn't reach all of our viewers, but to the core ones.
So
the core fans that we are.
So the worst part about
I feel like you're gonna start like rambling. I feel like this is a part where you should just get to the point. We asked where the world wants to know why were you off why were we off last week?
So last week was my fault.
Mm,
I will take full responsibility that we were
Mm.
off last week.
yeah.
Carlos did happen to come prepared,
Where did it go?
and I was drunk at the bar by the time Carlos got there.
You heard that correctly, folks. Mr. No Drink November drunk? How can that happen?
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Ah.
It just sort of fell in my lap.
Mm.
And for those who know when things happen to fall into place,
Yeah.
even though the puzzle doesn't belong there,
Right.
I was drunk,
Mm.
and I apologize.
There it is.
It was not worth the delay whatsoever.
Mm.
So I apologize to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need to do better. I need to be better. I'm learning as I go. No excuses.
Mm.
And I want to apologize to you, Carlos.
Mm.
You are my partner in crime, my partner in business,
I thought that was your fiance.
my partner in creativity.
All right.
And I let you down.
Mm.
I let you down tremendously.
Stand up like you're giving a press conference.
You're the real MVP.
Oh.
And I'm sorry.
Damn.
From the bottom of my heart, I have chip crumbs on my sweater.
It's starting to tear up and whatnot.
But I'm sorry.
All right. Wow. Well done, man. That took a lot of guts, and I appreciate that.
I was heartbroken on Friday morning.
Is that right?
Heartbroken and hungover.
That's how it works. When you are hungover, you're usually heartbroken.
Heartbroken and hungover.
One way or another.
Not a good way.
It's not
a good way to start the Friday.
Not the greatest. Not the greatest.
I couldn't look back and look at our video.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in existence.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
But also, it was not great. And he's drinking sparkling water as if the damage isn't already done. Are you going to finish off November with no drinks? Or
nope.
Nope.
I've already given in.
So even that birthday present, it's already done? Or
Yep. It is gone.
Yeah.
Yep. You can notice it. I keep all of my alcohol in a corner in my room, and Carlos knows.
Let's not make it all more sad for everyone. All right. But yes, it was a delay, and we apologize. But we're back. We're here for another week, another edition. But you know what? I too need to apologize for something.
Really?
I too need to have a press conference.
Oh, really?
You know what? I've been noticing that in life, and even on this show, I curse quite a bit. And it's not a trait that I'm not really proud about. And from this episode onward, Carlos will not curse.
Wow.
Without warning.
Amazing. That's going to be tough.
It's going to be hard. But like I said, without warning. Don't get me wrong. I will curse. but it depends on the thing, on the situation. I'm just saying. I'm just saying there's a lot going on in this world, and it brings out some emotions out of me, and I can't help it. All right. So, but I will control it. I will calm down. I will keep in my zone. I'll get excited at times, absolutely, but I will not curse,
Wow.
except on certain topics. You expect me to believe that you all don't want me to say a fucking thing about Trudeau, but you know what? I'll even try for this episode. Except for that one F word, I will not curse for the rest of the
Okay,
episode.
I like it. I like it.
So let's see where this goes.
You know what? Like, just to give a little bit of background, I think this is where it's coming from. Uh, we had a few kind of talks with a couple of our friends about the podcast, and it was very short in nature, but um, just we realize and we are self-aware enough that like sometimes there's too much swearing in certain
Mm,
aspects or certain episodes, and
mm,
we can't approach a wider audience or a wider range of audience when we do happen to use like profanity or you know especially profanity. I think jokes and stuff like that are perfectly fine.
right.
But it's just the way that we approach some of the conversations that we happen to have, and we definitely don't want to limit ourselves in that sense, and then also limit anyone else that wants to listen to it in a specific environment, whether it's with children, some of their younger brothers or younger siblings or whatever it may be. And I feel like part of it almost limits ourselves where it's like, yes, we want to be authentic and real, but sometimes we could probably hold back on certain things, just to ensure that our ideas and our thought processes do get the widest range of results. So I'm with you. I'll definitely try to uphold that as well.
Mm,
It's a super important thing. I don't think we have to apologize for our past episodes, but it's definitely something that we can try to manage go forward, and maybe throw a little bit more editing and more and stuff like that. So it's funny because I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were explaining why they don't swear, and they actually talk about they swear themselves in their regular day all the
mm,
time.
yeah.
So I think the episode of it was like just them explaining profanity and like the F word and why it's used in the history and stuff like that. And then they were talking like, yeah, like ourselves in our regular day to day, like I notice that I swear a lot.
Mm,
But then we come onto the show and we build our podcast and we have to portray it to the world. And there's actually certain countries that will not allow you to play your content in that country
that's
if you have
true.
profanity.
Yeah. Even
Um,
YouTube won't.
yeah.
They won't pay you like in general because
Oh, really?
ads won't go on your YouTube video because
Makes
of
perfect
cursing.
sense.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta watch out for that.
So things
Let's
like
be
that.
clear. I
Yeah.
ain't apologizing. All right. This is not me apologizing for my past swearing. All right. That is me. All me. All right. If you don't like me, then you can go follow another podcast. Is what I meant to say. That's all me. All me. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
I think like I was reading a little bit into it, and like I think like countries like Singapore is one of the
Probably
most
China.
known
No,
ones,
they don't even have YouTube in China. So no.
or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, it's interesting how you can not curse. Well, I mean, I guess you can curse. It's just a matter of getting paid. But
yeah,
then when you start talking about the goddamn,
wow,
then apparently it won't like, you know.
wow,
I'm just saying. And don't you find that a little interesting?
it is interesting.
Yeah. So I'm just
But yeah,
that's all.
so go
That's all.
forward.
Going forward,
We'll try to hold off
we'll
on
be
it.
better.
Yeah,
Blank.
Gondor Premilan.
Gondor
I can't even
Premilon.
do the middle finger one,
That's unfortunate.
unfortunately.
You need to learn how to do that, baby. That's Star Trek 101. Is it
Yeah,
even Star Trek? I don't know. But I do shout out to Jasper, man. His
love you, Jasper.
Spotify thing came out. We were in third place.
Love you, Jasper.
Yeah, love you, Jasper, for the support. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, and Sharon as well.
Yep. Shout out to Sherwin.
Shout out to you for keeping us in your top five, brother. Are we even in your top five? We don't know. I don't know, but
I'm
I
sure
know
we
you
are.
watch our stuff. But so we
I'm sure we
appreciate you.
are.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I know. With all of like the recaps that are coming out,
Yeah,
if you have Spotify, if you have YouTube Music, I don't know if Apple does one. I'm sure they
I'm
would.
sure they do. Yeah,
Apple or Title.
yeah.
Go check if they released your 2023 recap. It looks like they're coming out recently.
Mm.
That's always an interesting thing at the end of the year for everybody. I feel like everyone's like moods are such like it shows what you went through that
I
year
guess so.
to
Yeah.
feel and like how you were feeling during certain
Yeah.
months, what you're listening to,
Yeah.
and like just who you are as a person. It
Mm.
really shows what you listen to throughout the year, which is really funny. So, I think it's always a cool thing. So go check that out. All of your major listening.
Any standouts from your list?
No, mine's pretty regular.
Lupe #1.
Lupe #1. You know what though? I actually think I listened to SZA's new album quite a bit, and that
Damn.
that
Really?
yeah, oddly
Snooze and
enough,
all.
yeah, oddly enough,
Okay.
it like came up like a lot in my thing. I think it was on like my top 5 like albums listened to this year or
Really? That
something like
was a
that.
good album. I
Funny
enjoyed it.
enough,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it came
Dang.
out, because it came out in January, or last July,
Early,
right?
very
Or
early.
last December or something
No,
like
it's like
that.
it was blasting in like January,
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
So then that means
I only
like
know
it had a
because
whole.
I went over to a female's.
Ooh,
And she's a fan.
ooh.
So this was in February.
But yeah. But I find the rest of it was
Yeah.
definitely regular.
Mm,
0.02 Lupe fan.
yeah.
And I think the rest was like Drake, Frank Ocean.
Oh,
I had a lot of Teddy Swims, if anyone knows who Teddy Swims is.
Teddy Swims.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
like a
familiar.
soul kind of singer.
I'm a soul man.
Kind of like that.
Ba-da-ba-bow.
A lot of Teddy Swims.
Oh yeah, he likes to sing like that. Come on, baby girl, won't you see in me
Definitely.
that I'm the man you want, the lover you need? Cause I'm a soul man. Ba-ba-bow. My name is Teddy Swims.
But what about
Sings like
you?
that.
How did your recap come? It came out today for you,
It
yes?
did.
Okay.
I did
Lovely.
get it.
Lovely.
What did happen? What standouts? Lots of Afro beats. I think you know what's interesting. Percentage wise for genre, I think it was 22% was Afro beats and 21 was hip hop. I'm like, wow,
Wow.
that's so close.
Interesting.
I'm like, I didn't think it'd be that close. I thought I felt like but yeah, a lot of Afro beats influential stuff.
What about what was your R&B?
R&B. Who do I listen to in R&B? I know R&B was like 11%.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Interesting.
lackluster in R&B this year. But
Not feeling the R&B,
yeah,
eh?
no,
Not this year,
well,
eh?
apparently I was. It said that I was
Damn.
upbeat dancing. Listen to a lot of upbeat dancing energy music, and I'm like, Cap.
No.
All right.
That's you
Here's the
though.
deal. I'm going through some stuff, y'all. I'm going through it. So I can't be listening to no upbeat. Next year, it's all rock music from here on,
I
man.
love it.
Depressing ass rock music.
I love it. Like
System of a Down
System of
through
a
in here,
Down,
the through and through. Blink 180. I'm already getting started. Blink 182.
Corn,
Conversion software version 7.0.
Green Day.
Get it. Let's get it. Wake me up till September. Till September. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
No, I
I'm
love
just
it.
saying. But yeah, these recaps are scary though, man. It gives the feds information on
Oh
you
yeah.
on your tape. You know what I mean? They'll listen. They'll see your #1 artist, and then like I could be walking down the street. I hear the song of that favorite artist. Like, oh, I love this song. This is my artist right here. I walk in. Sting operation. We caught you, Carlos. We knew you'd love that song. Ah,
Yeah.
how'd you know? YouTube recap music. Aw,
Or
damn.
Spotify
Yeah.
recap 2023.
You know, that's how they trap you. They use your information against you. I'm not trying to release this information and then eventually Nardwar is going to use it against me in the future. I don't need that.
He's definitely going to.
Oh my God. Even without me releasing it, he already knows because Nardwar knows everything.
He knows everything. But yeah,
All right.
good recap. I
Well,
think what the funny thing was about
Mm.
mine though, and it's not surprising because everyone who knows me, I think my R&B was like at like 40%.
that sounds about right. Was that the most?
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds about right.
like literally 40% R&B,
Mhm.
and then it was like 20, like 15% hip hop, and then Lupe happened to be like my top artist. So it's
Dang.
like it's such a
I think
weird
all of my
conflict.
artists were Afrobeats related.
That's dope.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think Afrobeats is the new wave for me now. Or has been, I
The
guess,
new
for
and
the
only.
past 2 years. What can I say? Make good music. Now that we were off for a week, what were you up to? What did you do? How was your week?
Absolutely nothing.
You didn't do a damn thing?
I didn't do a damn thing.
Why not?
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
no.
are you
Well,
up to?
okay. So Thursday, I'll give a little bit of an explanation.
Mm,
It was a very off-putting day.
for you?
Yeah,
Why?
because you know how sometimes during the week, and I'm sure that people who happen to listen to the podcast are like anybody in general, really, you kind of expect your day to end up the day. You've you've gone through so many Thursdays that you know what your Thursday looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've gone
Hmm.
through so many Wednesdays, gone through so
Yeah.
many Mondays, and you kind of expect, oh, you know what? I'm in the office this day. I'm going to eat this for lunch kind of
Mm,
thing. Or like, I'm going to go home at this time.
right.
There's not too many things that are sort of, pushed out of the way or brought to sort of intervene or to like cause any sort of disruption in your day to
Right.
day.
Right.
Thursday was just a very disruptive day.
Is that right?
We had Thanksgiving football,
Mm,
thanks to the Americans.
the
Was
Americans.
watching football all day.
Mm,
Had a random buddy come downtown, which
mm.
you rarely see him. Well, come downtown,
I see him pretty often. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Shout
that
out
just
to
threw me
you.
off, man.
Okay. I get it.
Shout out to Jay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just threw me off, man.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I ate at a place I didn't get. I've never eaten at.
Where's this?
It's like some fish market place down the street from here.
You ditched the show for some fish marketplace that you've never even heard of before. You see, folks. You know what? His excuses going into thin air. All right. Here's my thing. I have those days where they look the same schedule, the same thing. But you know what? I still show up because I'm here for you, folks. I'm here
Disruptive.
for you. This is why you vote for Carlos every time, all the time, because I'll be here for you.
Carlos,
I'll be there for you.
you're definitely the more dependable one
I mean, as
out of
long as
us.
we've established this in the relationship, that's all that
The more
matters.
dependable one,
That's like
the one that puts in more effort.
the more disciplined.
You're the more disciplined.
I
Yeah,
am
I'm
the
terrible at
one.
this.
I'm
Terrible.
just saying, if anyone is getting a phone call about I'm getting locked up and I need bail, I mean, it's probably going to be me, but
He's not calling me.
I know. Hell no.
He'll end his sentence before I even know.
100%.
Yeah,
But all I'm
terrible.
saying is that's our dynamic.
Yeah.
He lives life to the fullest. I show up. All right.
It's having fun, man.
Oh, this
Having
guy.
fun.
This guy. Is that what you're gonna say to your kids when you miss a basketball game of theirs? I'm sorry, Mr. Gay Man. It's having fun.
Oh God.
Thursday football,
It's having
baby.
fun, baby.
Having fun, baby. Having fun. How'd you do though? How'd you do? Well, I'll tell you how my week went. You know what I did? I got 2 things for Black Friday.
Ooh.
2 things.
Oh, that was Black Friday was last week.
It
eh?
was
Oh,
last
I guess that
week.
was something we missed.
Black
Shit.
Friday, Friday.
Would love
Gotta
to
get
hear-
down on
Would
Friday.
love to hear from anybody.
Everybody's
what they
looking
got.
forward to the weekend.
Okay, first off,
Yes.
what was the best thing you got out of the two?
The best thing?
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you prefer? Like, why did you buy this? What was the necessary need? And why is it better than the other thing?
All right. So the first thing, I don't know if it was necessary, but it does help.
Hey, convenience.
It
man.
was the air fryer.
Oh, the air fryer.
The air
Those things
fryer.
are huge, man.
Bro.
That thing
those are-
came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Remember, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was a George Foreman grill.
Mm-hmm.
The George
And that
Foreman
was
grill
everything?
was the biggest thing in the world.
Yes, it was.
And then
yes, it was.
now it's the air fryer.
Now it's the air fryer. And folks, listen, I saw those videos and I'm like, okay, I'll stick with my oven or my microwave. I don't need this. This is nonsense. But folks, when I tell you, my brother was making. My brother had chicken, right? some chicken in the sink. He's like, yo, thaw it out for me, and then can you do me a favor, make it for me? I'm like, you know what, I got you, bro. I was about to put it in the oven, but then I stopped and I remembered we have an air fryer.
We have an air fryer.
We have an air fryer now. So I close that oven and I'm like, baby, no, not tonight. You can wait. Let me try the new girl. So I plug that baby in. I turn it on. I read the book a little bit because I want to get familiar. I want to get to know the thing a little bit. You know what I mean? I want to start off on good terms with this thing, right? So I press the little didgeridoos. I press the buttons and I go boop 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 boop. Open up the little casing there. Hello, how you doing? Toss in the chicken like nothing. I didn't have to put no foil, no nothing. I toss it in there. You know, give it a little kiss before I say goodbye.
You have to.
Close it, and then I start the timer. 30 minutes. I wait 30 minutes. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna make no chicken in 30 minutes. How's that even possible? 30 minutes for chicken? Usually it takes my brother an hour and a half, an hour and a half to make his chicken in the
Mm-hmm.
oven
Mm-hmm.
because he wants it nice. He wants to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
But no, half an hour. And I wait. Clock's winding down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding! Chicken's ready. I put my hand on the handle. I'm looking at my mom. She's looking at me. I'm looking at my dad.
You've never had an air fryer before this.
Never.
Got it. Your mom's never had one.
Never had one ever.
Your father's never had
Very
one.
first
Okay.
one for the family.
All right. Just get the setting.
So I put my hand on the handle. I look at my dad. He looks at me. Whew. Sweat going down my head. I open it. And there it is, y'all. Crispy, juicy, ready chicken. And I was
Damn.
amazed.
30
And I'm
minutes.
like, damn,
Damn.
30 minutes ready.
That's all it
What is
takes.
going on?
That's all it takes.
But I'm like, what if it's pink on the inside?
Because that's a main
Because
that's a
that's
main
that's a
thing.
main
Yeah,
concern.
a
You
lot
don't
of
want
people don't like
to. You don't
that.
want to do that. You don't want to do that. Right?
That's the worst.
Right?
When you think it's ready.
I'm not trying to kill my brother, although he's got some money. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Salmonella is no joke.
Yeah, I don't know.
No
So
joke.
I open up a piece of it. We're in the clear,
Wow.
pink free.
Wow.
This thing is cooked through and through, all in 30 minutes. I take a bite. Delicious. Delicious.
Damn.
All from the power of the air fryer. I love this thing.
So you'd recommend an air
I want to
fryer?
marry this thing. I want this thing to take my last name.
Damn.
Not only do I recommend this, I want to go door to door and tell people, have you heard of the word? Have you heard? All right. Look at this bait, and I carry the heavy thing. I don't care. I like, hey, you know what this magical being can do? Throw away that damn oven. This here is the truth. Makes everything.
It's a new
Fish,
it's a new Jesus.
chicken, fries. Dude, it can literally turn water to wine. I'm sure if I read in the instructions, it probably could.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but it does everything.
not.
All right.
It's taking over the world, man.
Air fryers are the truth, y'all. You have to invest. And I
Taking
didn't even
over
spend much.
the
My
world.
mom was like, "Oh, I wanted ones for so long," but I go to Walmart, they cost like 300, 400. Not the one I got. It's a big one too. Ninja, very popular brand for air fryers.
Think you does a good job.
Very fantastic job.
Good blenders.
And I got a really good deal for it on Amazon Black Friday, and it's still on right now.
Love that.
So when you have the time, Ninja air fryer, dual, so you can cook two different temperatures at the same time. It's beautiful. This is technology at its finest. You have to invest. That is my investment thing.
I love it.
That's number one.
I love it.
Number two,
It's a great purchase.
I agree.
Air fryers are taking over the world.
They are taking over the world, y'all.
It's gonna be like the Simpsons episode with the dolphins.
Oh boy, which one? Can you remind me? I do remember. Was this
The-
a Treehouse of Horror?
Treehouse of
It
Horror,
was,
where the
right?
Dolphins
Yeah,
take over
yeah,
the
yeah.
world.
Yes.
Air fryers are gonna take over the world the way the
Well, and
Dolphins
and
did.
you know what? Let them.
I would not be
Let
surprised.
them. So the way they cook,
Would not be surprised.
they're gonna replace women.
We have to put it explicit on this video now.
Well, and we're demonetized. Demonetized.
YouTube's not shooting
Now,
for us no more. We
product
might as well
number
start
2.
swearing up a storm now.
Yeah, well, all right. If you say so.
Oh God.
Product number 2. Not just any product. A product I feel was necessary.
Super necessary.
because I'm going through a bit of a fitness phase right now. You know, I'm trying to
Love it.
lose the weight.
Love it.
Going back to the gym. Went
Love it.
back. This is my only time this week I didn't go back to the gym. I plan on going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Love it.
I don't care.
Love
No
it.
days off.
No
Except
days
well,
off.
technically.
Wale, no days
Yeah.
off. Let's
Well, I
go.
mean, let's not rephrase him. Where has he been?
Ooh.
I love you, Wale. I hope you do make good music. Um, this helped me a lot through this little journey that I'm starting. And this thing that I bought, a massage gun.
Really?
Mm.
Is it the one from Best Buy?
Mm-mm. Got it from Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
not a bad investment.
I like it.
I thought it would be rough because the price was pretty good, too good to be true, in fact. But when I use that thing, I'm using it. Brrrr, drill. I'm like, okay, all right, I get it now. I'm like, I don't.
All right.
I'm sitting down just using it. I'm like, all right, I don't
I
get it.
like it.
What's the purpose of it? This was useless. Then I get up. I'm like, whoa,
Feel 10 times better.
I'm loose, loosey goosey.
Ready to go?
I'm doing. My legs are reaching and freaking radiuses I've never seen it reach before.
Telling you, man.
So now I use it a day.
Love it.
A day. Massaging the muscles.
Get yourself one.
No soreness, no more nothing. I'm Gucci. I kick higher. I punch higher. Ladies,
Ooh.
just saying.
In that light. Super flexible.
But yeah. 2 products I would encourage.
I love that.
Air fryer, massage gun.
Yeah, I love that.
Can't go wrong. I'm finna buy everything in the goddamn grocery store just so I can put it in that goddamn air fryer and massage gun myself while doing so.
You can do a lot, man.
It
A lot
could.
with an air fryer.
You have one, no?
I do.
Do you use it often?
No.
Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Why not?
I don't know. It's good. I just don't have full use for it. I don't know.
I enjoy these conversations. Anyway, we'll be right back. Go to commercial now. You can go to commercial. We're free.
Have you ever wanted to gamble?
Oh,
Ontario allows you to do that right through the government.
that is true.
All of the money that happens to be lost in the gambling syndicate that we do happen to call OLG
Yeah.
does happen to pay for schools,
Mm,
roads,
yeah.
and Catholic school.
That was specific. Okay.
Gamble your money at OLG.
No. Is that
Specifically pools.
I-
Go Bears.
Wait, can we talk about the Catholic school thing? We're back.
We are back. Yeah, the reason why I brought up the OLG thing, I'm sure you know, go Bears. Go Bears.
Go Birds!
They
Hell
won
of a
me-
game.
They won
Hell
me
of a
some
game.
they won me some Christmas
Moolah.
money. Christmas money.
And how much you bet again?
$5.
That's crazy that you won
Crazy,
that much.
man. Unbelievable.
It's in your account right now.
No, unfortunately.
What do you have to do?
So
Go and claim it?
Yeah, so the crazy thing is they have like
He won
levels.
$2.5 million, everyone.
He lives at this address.
Yeah.
He
lives at this
works here.
address. He giving away too. He don't need the money.
If you murdered him, please
Yeah.
send me an
Send me
e-transfer of
some,
50
yeah,
grand
exactly.
to Carlos.ose.
Exactly. And I will not snitch.
But yeah. No, okay, so the crazy thing is, so the way that it works is that if you win anything under $1,000, then you can go right to where you bought the ticket for or
Oh,
anywhere,
they give you?
and they'll give it to you in cash.
Mm.
And then anything above 1,000 to I think 10,000, you have to put an online
Is 10,000
application.
the most you can win?
No,
Oh,
you can win a lot more money. Yeah, you can win tons of money on that thing.
Oh, okay.
So from 1,000 to 10,000, you have to put in like an online application, show them proof where you.
Online application?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I had to fill in an application to get the money. They ask you like where you bought your ticket, what did you bet on, like what date did you buy it, your name. You have to upload a picture of your ID, all this kind of stuff.
Did they ask for references? And
Funny, I'm surprised they didn't. I'll be honest with
yeah,
you.
just like, yeah, he's a nice guy. He's good with money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's one of the best.
He's gonna spend it on crack.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of
like
money.
it's a lot of money. I mean, we probably never gonna see him again. But
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
if you guys want to ruin his life, up to you. Give him the money, or you can give me some of the
Yeah.
money. But you can send it to this address. Anyways,
Yeah.
my name is Carlos, so just send it to me there.
And then anything above that, you have to set up a meeting with them.
A meeting.
Yeah, you have to set up like an appointment, and then literally go into the office, which is at Bay and it's at
Oh, I know where that
Bay.
is.
Yeah, it's at
Yeah,
Young and Dundas or
yeah,
the Bay
yeah. They do
Atrium.
the you. There's a window you can see them do like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
raffle and stuff.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So you have to go there and then set up an appointment, and then I think they like e-transfer it to you in that case. So
All
still waiting
that just
for
for
it.
an e-transfer.
I don't know. Well, it's funny because the whole story is like my brother actually bought the ticket.
Mm.
So then they ask you, did you physically buy the ticket yourself?
And you
And
have the proof, right?
you have to prove it. And if you don't prove it, which I said no, I didn't buy the ticket myself, then you actually have to get the person who bought the ticket for you a
That
release
is
form.
crazy.
They have to sign them a release form to be like, yeah, this person cannot sue. You are giving up full rights to that. This
Did
person bought the ticket.
your brother win too?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, so
Unfortunately not.
it's gonna be an awkward Christmas dinner this year.
Definitely.
Ah,
Definitely.
noted.
But yeah, crazy though, man. Hitting all 12 right. I don't even know how to do the math on that. Do you know how to do the math on that?
Hell no. How many? Wait, how much you want on 12 of the things?
12 games, yeah.
That's
I bet
crazy.
12 games.
Like the winners?
Yeah, the winners of each game.
I bet tonight
Ooh.
the same game parlay.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm gonna hit it though, because
See-
I don't know if any of these guys are gonna.
It's-
I don't know any of these dudes on these teams,
You never know, man.
but who knows? I was close that one game. I'll never forget it.
The crazy
Feels
thing,
like yesterday.
sports gambling has taken over
It
like
has.
Ontario at
It
least
has.
in the
Just
last
to be
like
clear, I don't
year.
do this often. By the way, this is like a once in a blue moon.
Yeah,
thing.
it's not like he's like
I'm
throwing
really not
his-
involved. I'm not
throwing his
my
investment
license.
savings.
Hell.
He's taking out loans to make sports bets.
Can you imagine? I feel sorry for people like that, man. Those are scary, scary
Mm-hmm.
situations.
I read a post today actually.
About the sport betting.
Yeah, so this
Specifically?
guy, he's like, "Hey, I just want to put this out there for my story." He's like, the first 8 months of 2023, he said he won like over like 50 or 60 grand in sports betting.
Dang. How much you putting up?
Like
though?
just, I guess just over the time, like he winning a lot. You know, you're on your high, right? Like if
Sure.
you're winning that much money
On a
into
hot
this-
streak.
Yeah, you know, it's like you're probably working your regular day job. You're on a hot streak. You're winning so much money. And then he's like, right around like August is when I just started like going on a downfall,
Mhm.
winning
That's
here
how
and
it
there.
happens.
And then finally by like November, he said, he was like, I was looking back at it and he didn't do much like calculation as to where he was with his
You
numbering.
got to be smart with the
But
money.
he already lost all of the money that he made and some. And he didn't say the and some money. So he at least won 60, lost 60, and then I'm only assuming that he probably lost another like 10 grand, let's say, or 20 grand.
Mental.
And he was like, I'm taking a break from it. Never
call.
chase your losses.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, you know?
Good
So it's
call.
crazy, like, honestly. It's crazy how like blown up it's gotten and how accessible it is for people to be able to do
money
so.
will make people do wild
Honestly.
things, man. Just when you get a lot of it, you always
Yeah.
want more. Sad truth. Sad truth.
Yeah. It's crazy.
This episode is sponsored by FanDuel. If you ever wanted to, no. I'm kidding. But yeah, no. I'm just. I mean, if I win tonight, that'd be great. But I'm not gonna
Mhm.
go brazy on it. I've lost already. Not a lot. Maybe like $5-10.
Oh, that's nothing.
No, so I'm not
You're good.
losing sleep over it.
But yeah, it's a fun aspect of life, but I definitely feel like it's very predominant.
You gotta
now.
control.
Yeah.
You gotta control. You need
Very
to have
predominant.
control. Because if for all those of you who fear, don't do it at all.
Mhm.
And if you feel like you are losing control, just go to Reddit and read the horror
Yeah,
stories, or even
honestly.
go on YouTube and read horror stories about these gambling things. I sure have, and I'm in a better place now. I'm in a better place. Yeah.
Crazy.
So the interesting thing at work this week, I was having like a sit down with my manager. It was like we have a sit down every week, but this week was rather interesting. It wasn't about like work itself. It was just like life. Like, what do you want to do in life? And so we're having this meeting, and he's saying, yeah, you're doing good job, Carlos. You could have some improvements here and there, but yeah, you're good. I'm like, all right, cool. But then he's like, so what's the next step here? Where do you want to go? And I'm like,
I like it.
honestly, I don't know.
I like it. Shout out to Carlos's manager.
I'm like, I don't know where I
You're a
want to
good
go.
person,
I-
individual.
Is he an outer space being? I don't know. What
I don't know. You just can't get canceled nowadays by saying he or she, right?
Oh,
So,
for God's sake, we're really gonna get into this.
but yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Ah!
no. Shout out to you. That's great
Y-
management. I love
yeah,
that.
and I'm like, honestly, I'm like, I really don't know. It's like, because he's like, he pauses and then he goes, Carlos, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you're happy in this role.
Ooh,
And I'm like,
damn,
why do you say that? It's just like,
damn.
it's not that you're bad at the role. It's just that I think if you fulfilled everything that you could in this, and it looks like you may want to move on. I'm
Damn.
like, there's some truth to that. There's some truth
Damn.
to that.
That's
So then
huge.
we went through like jobs that they're offering. It's like, do you see yourself in? It's like he asked me like, do you see yourself in sales? Like, do you see yourself in
Hell yeah.
like training? I'm like, I don't know really. It's like honest because like okay. He went silent again. He was like blunt. He's like, Carlos, what is your dream job? And I
Ooh.
got silent,
Ooh.
and I'm like,
Love it.
I'm like, pardon?
Should be hype.
And he goes, honestly, for me, my dream job, if I could do anything, I wish I could be a stand up comedian. He
That's what
said
he
this to
said that.
me. He said this to me.
Really?
And I'm like,
Wow.
dang. I'm like, wow. I didn't know he was like so
That's
open
really
like
like
that.
ballsy to
I
do.
was
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
whoa. I'm like,
Good for him.
where is this? Well, because I know he had this feeling because the other day he sent me like a Denzel Washington, like those short TikTok
Mm.
clips or those inspirational quotes
Yes.
from like yeah.
Yes,
So he
yes.
sent me one of Denzel Washington. So that's where this conversation was
Love you,
coming
Denzel.
from. I didn't like how you said "I love you." There was a little bit.
I
It
love
was
you,
like
Denzel.
there was some genuine like feeling for it, but there was also a hint of sexuality.
Hey,
Mm,
hey,
mm. Okay,
hey.
all right. You know what? We'll move on. We'll move on. Anyway, so I asked him like, "Dang, I didn't know you wanted to really do that," because he's a funny guy, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "Why don't you want to do it?" He's like, "To be honest, I have severe stage fright." I'm
Interesting.
like, "Whoa."
Wow.
I'm like, "Dang, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, honestly, it's something I could work. I know I need to work on, but like but yeah, it's because of my stage fright that I can't attempt it." And I'm like, and it made me think to myself, and I'm like, "Oh man, something like that's holding back from his dreams." Like, I know for me, I too would like to do, at least attempt to do comedy one day, but then my fear is not stage fright per se, but more so like I don't want to like I don't like the feeling of failing. You know what I mean? But at the same time, failing it's also a lesson. It teaches you, how you can improve, or if it's not for you, then you can move on from it. So that's my whole thing.
Natural part of the
I'm
world.
very like if I want to attempt something and I got to do it, I want to be a perfectionist about it. I got to do it to make sure that it comes out well good. But
Love that.
I feel like he was very brutally honest, and I told him like, you know what? Since you're honest with me, I'll tell you like I want to host my own talk show one day. Like I want to like genuinely do that. And he's like, okay, all right. So he's like, I get that. I get that from you. You're like a sociable guy. You're a funny dude. So I get that from you. He's like, all right, but for the time being, let's apply that to here. So we're looking through, and it's like, honestly, I think you'd be. How about training? Because I mean, like, you'd be good with talking with. It's not with customers, but with employees, because you're talking with one of your own, and you'll be more sociable that way. I'm like, that'd be not a bad fit. It's like, all right, that's fair enough. Just you got to get the experience first, though, and then we can get you through that route. I'm like, okay, okay, but yeah, that happened Tuesday.
Don't you love that? Wasn't that a great feeling?
I just continue with my work. I don't know.
It's a great feeling,
Is
man.
it
It is. You know
really?
why?
Oh boy,
Do you know why?
here we go. If are you gonna like start into song or something or dun
No,
dun
you know
dun dun
what?
dun dun
Like
dun dun? Yeah.
the I if there's one thing that in any sort of profession, your career, your lifestyle, anything, if you don't plan on like being your own boss,
Mm,
then finding a good boss is like the next best thing.
mm,
Somebody that actually cares for you in a sense, somebody that actually watches over you,
yeah.
wants to see you grow,
Yeah.
is willing to help you
Mm,
grow in your role. Like, the worst people about, corporations or like any sort of management are the ones that are trying to hold you down, or the
yes.
people that sort of keep
They
you.
bog you down further because of the
Yeah,
little
because
things.
they
Yeah.
because they need that from you or
Right.
whatever it may be.
Right.
Like I've definitely seen that in passing, and I've seen that in my career where
Mm,
people are held down by their management because they need them so badly. You know what I mean? It's like if this person happens to grow past this point, then I don't know what I'm going to do.
mm,
So for someone to come out and recognize like, your being and your feeling in that role specifically, and then even talk to you about it and how can you approach like your next step in life, maybe not within the company, like, even just talking about the whole stand-up comedy thing, the talk show thing. It's huge, 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 and I can't repeat it more than enough, is to have a great boss or a great manager that truly cares for you. You definitely have to find that. It's one of those things where it makes work tolerable,
mm,
or it makes it worth it at the end of the day, because then you actually trust in the people or your team that you're working towards or working for realistically. Somebody that can see like you're, maybe not be able to be the one that pushes you to that vision, but at least gives you sort of the stepping stones to be the person that you plan on being. Um, it's a scary, scary thing that a lot of these, yet the younger generation, like even when Carlos and I were working, in our junior years of, the corporations or the professionalism, the offices, and all that kind of stuff, like you have to find a good boss. That's
absolutely.
what keeps you going.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you have to sort of maneuver, like stepping on eggshells and like just having to hate your job. And then the person that you happen to report to makes it even worse in the day, right? So we already have,
That's your career, and you
yeah,
want to like you don't want to do that for your career.
we already have way too many stresses in life for the
Yep.
rest of everything, whether it's inflation, housing, food, whatever it may be. More than enough. The last thing that you realistically need is to spend that 8 hours a day or the 7.5 hours a day, if you are working in some sort of company, is to not enjoy the person that you work with, or the person that you happen to report to. And for
Mm,
someone to sort of recognize your skill set, come out and ask you exactly how you're doing, in relation to your role, is a huge, huge positive. So anyone, good on Carlos's manager, shout out to you. You're doing a wonderful job, and good management goes unrecognized in big companies. So definitely one of those things that needs to be talked about a little bit more. And if there's any sort of advice that you can give to anybody, is definitely get it. Hopefully, find good management, because that's important.
mm,
So that's huge, man. Like super happy for you to hear. Like I'm really happy to hear that.
good.
You know,
Appreciate that.
it's like the stepping stones to move on to the next step of where you want to go and where you want to be. Right?
True that.
Yeah.
True. I've had some assholes with bosses too, though.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Can
Have you had
imagine.
a worse? Have you had a bad boss?
Nope, I'm a pretty lucky dude, man.
I
Nope,
am
all
now
my boss pretty
advert.
dope.
I'll be posting an ad for a new co-host effective immediately.
No, I'm just
Someone
kidding.
has
I think
VH
I think I had one, and I don't want to say the company's name, uh,
for legal purposes.
for legal purposes. Um, I just didn't like the guy. I was young and dumb too, though.
Young.
I was definitely
Now,
slacking at my job.
what was your job?
I was a like just a person that worked operations at a big toy store.
Oh,
But I'm not gonna say the
God's sake.
The
Folks, never mind. Moving on.
yeah,
Jesus.
that dude just sucked. That dude was just a brutal dude to work
Okay.
with, and he was one of those people that sort of
Was he like
held you down.
uh
What isn't willing to help you? You know what I mean? He
mm,
was like, if he liked you, then he would give you more hours and stuff like that. But if you were on his bad side, he wouldn't try to like
oh, so he was
communicate with
very
you.
particular about his
Yeah,
input. He wasn't fair.
no, it wasn't fair in any sense. He didn't try to develop you in any
He
sort of
wasn't was
sense.
he a micromanager? Those are the worst
Yeah,
kind.
I'd say so.
Those are the worst kind.
Yeah, very micromanaging.
Micromanage.
Very like
Those are the worst kind.
he was a terrible constructive criticism too.
Ah.
He just couldn't give good criticism. Couldn't
What do you mean
teach
couldn't
you.
like as in he didn't know how to like
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to
say
like
it
speak to you properly. The way that he would communicate, like his
the way he communicates. What's wrong with him? Did he sound like
no,
the
he just
Tasmanian devil or something?
just as
And
good
you're like, thanks,
management
Bill.
as good management, you also have to have good communication skills. You have to
Right.
be able to apply like your thought process as well as your the traits in wanting to help people effectively to that person
Mm,
realistically, right? They have to be able to hear you. People come from different backgrounds, they learn at different paces, all of that sorts of things. And
absolutely.
a good management realizes that, uses these skills that you happen to have, and then tries to put you in the best possible situation to get to where you want to be. But if you can't effectively communicate to your team or to your people, then you're not doing a great job as
You
a
know,
leader in
it's
any sort of
funny you
sense.
say that because I had the exact same feeling with a job that I had a few years ago, and my manager was also the same way.
Yeah.
Horrible, terrible criticism, was always on my case. I mean, I was late maybe like twice, and like the one time, that first time I was late, was on my case, was nitpicky about it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a shouting thing, but it was just like, all right, just try to be here on time. It was just that person would always just be nitpicky about that one little mistake that you made
Yeah.
and blow it out of proportion
Yeah.
instead of all the other things that you're doing great.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, and I don't like. I had to sit down with him one day actually, and just let him know, like, look, I'm sorry, I'm not going to say his name, but
I'm a grown
I,
man.
I do well for the job. I'm here every day of the week, and I sell drugs just like everyone else. So if you're going to be on my case for the way I do the selling of the drug, then like I don't
Honestly.
understand. Like, why are you like this? So that's why I quit dealing drugs, because he was on my case for the that was horrible. Like, I don't get it. I work just as hard as everyone else, and I'm late only twice, and you're giving me all this
Mhm.
nonsense. I
Who
don't
knew
get
you
it.
could be late for a drug dealing job?
Like, I mean, you have to be. I get he was very particular. Like, he's probably the only drug dealer I know that gave out pay stubs for the. Like, I'm sorry.
Got
Like,
a full
yeah,
T4.
you know what I mean? Like, what the heck? I have to claim taxes for this
Yeah.
stuff. It's illegal what we're doing. But whatever. I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's
yeah.
tough, man. But yeah, that's just a huge thing in life. Like, being able to kind of tolerate it. I saw this thing one
Mm,
day and it was like some like CEO for some sort of like technology in or from some tech company in Japan.
mm,
And he came out and he was saying about like the age that you want to be able to kind of do certain things at. And he was like, coming out of school from early 20s to your 30s, you want to work with good management. And
mm.
then with 30s to 40s, you want to build the skills to be management.
Well,
And then from 40 to 50, you want to teach and use those skills to be a good manager so that you can teach the younger generation. And after that,
mm,
he's like, you want to just spend as much time as you possibly can with your family.
after 50,
After 60.
after 60,
So from
I'm
like
not gonna make
40
it
to
till then.
60.
This guy doesn't know my diet.
So we'll see.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was a really beautiful saying. Like it puts it in perspective, like which years you want to really go through and develop well, in your career,
Mm,
if you want to go about it that way.
okay.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. Like,
Careers, careers,
yeah,
careers. I'm
right
saying
now,
careers,
funny
not
enough,
Korea.
currently I'm actually trying to help somebody get a job at my organization.
Oh,
And it's cool being able to kind of see the thought perspective and then the thought process from this person coming into something new. And then you're also trying to sort of mentor and give them the skills to be able to get to a certain point, right?
absolutely.
I think definitely as a young person, I'm sure that you and I can sort of feel it. You have a little bit of hopelessness in life and you don't know where you're going exactly. So for you to be able to kind of share your knowledge and share your wisdom in relation to your career path and what can work and what can't work, and then maybe certain ways to go about it. It's a good thing to be able to share that with people. I think it's important.
Is this person going to be on the pole, or are they serving drinks? Ryan's a stripper.
Catch me at
Yeah,
Remington's
there
on
he is. That's
Saturdays
the new
during the
person.
afternoon.
He is training a new person to be a stripper.
I also give out a wing special on it's
Oh
a
boy, can you
it's
imagine eating wings and watching a stripper just like, you doing good, baby?
it's
Woo
$30 at
woo.
Remington's. Um, yeah, my rates are pretty cheap.
Then you just go into the room. It's like, oh, sorry, I don't eat. I don't eat. I'm a vegetarian. You don't eat. Get the hell out of
Yeah.
here. You want the wing special? You don't
Yeah.
eat. Get out of here. Scram.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The stuff you have to deal with at Remington's. Oh, I'm so sorry,
I can
dude.
imagine.
Yeah, it's
I can
awful.
only imagine.
Awful. There's what's interesting. I remember I was watching this video of Margot Robbie, because she shot Suicide Squad here like a few years
Okay,
back.
yes.
And during the interview, one of the cast members from that movie that she did, um, there was a segment that Margot Robbie was doing where the person has to say something and it has to get a reaction out of Margot. It was like a lie detector, but like a heart, not but a heart monitor thing. So it was attached to her. So there was this whole get up attached to Margot, and the person that is on the screen has to say something to get a reaction out of her to like raise her heart
Mm-hmm.
rate. So the person on the screen is one of her. I forget her name. She's a very famous model too, but she was in the movie also. She mentioned Remington's in Toronto,
Oh wow.
and her heart rate like went up.
Wow.
So I'm not saying that she's a cheater or anything. She's a married woman,
You don't gotta necessarily be cheating to
but
go to
you
a
don't
strip
got to
club.
be cheating. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Some people just like enjoy strip
She
clubs.
said Remington's in Toronto, and there's only one.
Hey,
Margot.
interesting.
Nasty, nasty. I see you, Margot. I see you. You're a good tag. I like it.
For more celebrity news,
Yeah.
just before we do happen to get to the end of the episode, I would love to know what's going on with the Young Thug thing that's been going on recently. I haven't looked into it myself, but I've been hearing some funny stuff about it, and I would love to know. No profanity,
Mm.
but what's going on with that?
Here's the deal. Young Thug is currently on trial. He got some RICO charges, and as
Damn.
we all know, RICO is pretty bad. If you get convicted of RICO, you're going to jail. Like
For those who don't know what
that's
RICO is, what is RICO?
Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act.
Wow.
You like that?
Damn.
Boom. So if you get that,
That's
if you
pretty
get those,
serious.
it's rough. Those charges are for like mafia bosses. It's that bad.
Wow.
You if you get charged for RICO, it's 25 to life is what you're facing.
Wow.
The minimum, by the way.
Wow.
So he's facing those, and videos are going up of their lawyers defending Thug, and one of their defenses was about his name was a question and why he's called Young Thug. Young because he's a young man, and Thug apparently stands for not what you think it is. I forget the acronym, but
Truly.
truly humble under God, I believe is what they said. And I'm just,
Truly
if
humble
I was
under
in that
God.
courtroom, I would let out a big sigh like, oh
Truly
boy.
humble under. I like that, under God. Truly humble
That's
under God.
allegedly, but that's
That's
what
so
it
funny.
means. And there was another defense where they compared his situation to the anime Bleach.
What?
Bleach, the anime?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, apparently the defense lawyer stood up and said, "This is like an episode of Bleach."
Wow, that's so weird.
Now, if I'm facing 25 to life and my lawyer references an
Any
anime,
sort of
any sort of form of entertainment, I'm like, Your Honor, if this court is over, just lock me up and throw away the damn key. I'm done because there's no way, there's nothing that this person has that will show me that I'm innocent. 100%.
Wow.
Can you imagine? It's a murder trial for you, and then all of a sudden they're like, I remember this episode of Friends. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. That's it.
No sense.
I am going to jail. Put me up in the damn death penalty for all I care. We don't have the death penalty in Canada. Well, the way this lawyer's going, kill me.
We'd be screwed.
We didn't have it this episode yet, but you know what? Young Thug's lawyers, some people's kids. Bleach? Really?
Good way to end it. Good way to end it.
Really? Bleach? That's where you reference. Read the damn law book.
Crazy.
Come on.
Crazy.
Ugh. And poor Young Thug is just sitting there like,
Yeah.
we got this. Bleach, I love that show.
That's
No.
wild.
That's done. That's done.
Okay.
Well, and you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm just saying he has a very pretty girlfriend.
Okay. All right.
I hope they will. I hope it works out. I don't know how that. I'm very curious to know how it would work out if he does get convicted, though.
Okay.
Because
I like it.
all right, that's a lot of years. You know, Mariah the Scientist is
I've heard of them.
her.
Of her.
Yeah, very pretty woman.
Okay.
Hope it works out with Petiti.
All right.
That being said, we're gonna end it off here because
It's our welcome back episode for the failure of No Drink November.
Yeah. Miserable failure. Horrible failure.
Terrible failure.
Literally, all he had to do was wait one more week.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Yet again in advance. We will be back next week for sure.
Who knows?
We also have some plans for December 9th, which is going to be a lot of fun as well.
Do we?
We do.
Okay. I'll keep you posted.
And we'll hopefully have some cool stories about that episode or the Thursday after one. But yeah, we'll see everybody next week.
I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Tune in next week for more plans and more talk and more blank stuff. And until then, fill it in.
Peace,
Well, I
everybody.
missed a week. I had to go along.
Peace, everybody.